So you jump, then oh. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like the velocity actually messes with it a little bit too much. So we're just going to do a flat 500 boost. Okay, it might need to be a bit more than that. Let's try 1,000. Or, actually, I could probably do a Z override. Because it might still be taking my velocity into account. That's still really weak. Yeah, no, I tend to blame my, I will absolutely take credit for my own laziness. That is, if you can't admit your faults, you can't ever get better. That's the thing. And one of my faults is that I will find the slacker way to do something as long as it's not going to affect my job. Like, my job I take very seriously. When I'm just doing something because I want to, yeah, I'll take the easy way out. But since that tutorial was just for fun, I was like, I could go and set all this up, but there's really no benefit to doing it other than, it looks pretty, and I don't really care. So it got the concept across, and that's what mattered to me. Just like if you look here, everything I'm doing here looks like shit. I mean, frankly, the stuff I make looks terrible because I'm not an artist and I just don't care enough to, fight with art when the whole point is blueprints. That's what most of this is about. Though we may be doing some 3D modeling, having said that, because I just really want to. Um, but, most of it is just, it's basically programmer art. It's enough to get the concept across. It's nothing fancy. Meh. I know some people like to make their stuff all fancy and splendid. I am just, I'd rather make sure it works. We're going to go whoop. That'll make this more fun. Kind of, maybe. Actually, might make it just pointless. Uh, Actually, this would be too unfair. Let's put this. We'll put this right here. Oh man, that apartment model is fantastic, TK4. I love that thing. And we will be blowing it up tonight, just so you know. Because that was cool. Um, well, I'm actually the the quote unquote Blender expert of our team. I'm the only one who uses Blender. Um, Having said that, what I do is flop around horribly and then get angry at Blender and blame it for every woe in the world, even though I know it's actually my fault. I am I am not a 3D modeler. That's something that I regret that I didn't get in school. Was 3D modeling experience. I'm great with mechanics, but modeling is something very, very new to me, and I'm just now kind of getting to the point where I'm comfortable making certain things. You won't be seeing me make any amazing characters or anything like that. In fact, the one character I made for a bug report at work. And after I made it, I was all proud of the fact that I had made a character. So I showed Alex, and his first reaction was, "Dear God, what the hell is that?" And it crushed my spirit. Yeah. Now, I made a pretty cool counter today, to be fair. I did. But it's one of those, like every once in a while I get a really cool thing, and then I end up being like, oh, but I could do this, and then I ruin it. And I actually found out that when I beveled the edges on part of it, the edges don't look quite right. Well, let's see. Variable. End location. And trust me, I invite you guys to make fun of me when I'm doing Blender stuff, because I'm really bad at it. It's just it's par for the course for me. Like, can't be good at everything, and modeling is not my strong suit. I didn't know they had removed the modifier. I'm using the 2.74 that Mont29 put up on the Answer Hub, because there are a ton of FBX import errors when importing from Blender to the editor. And there was some pretty bad ones for a while, and he found the error on Blender's end with the God, I want to say it was the not the 6.4 ASCII, it was the 7, no, it was the 7.4 FBX importer that was having trouble, and he ended up finding what seems like a suitable fix, and he posted the live link for it, so I've been using that. And it seems to be working pretty well. The new mannequin in the editor doesn't have the same problems that the blue guy did with twisting bones and stuff like that. So that's pretty nice. I did try to play with Make Human once, and that didn't go very well, because not because I was bad at Make Human, but because I'm not particularly fond of the generic humans you can make with Make Human. Specifically, so, some of the stuff that they have added in there seems wholly unnecessary. Depending on, I guess, what kind of game you're making, it could be necessary, but overall, it doesn't seem to be very needed. Why is that doing that? Oh, maybe. There we go. So now we've got our crusher here, which crushinates. It's what it does. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually didn't start using Blender until July of last year, and at that time I could make a square. You know, the one that starts with the editor. Uh, I could make that cube and export it. So I would not have known about that. uh, Believe it or not, this coin that is the best thing I have made thus far. I made a coin. Granted, I think it's cool. I forgot to put the origin back to 000, so the offset is weird. But I like my coin. I think it's pretty. Granted, because the offset is a little wonky, the spinning is off, but that happens. Human is it's really good if you want to get very generic humans. Um, and they have a couple modifiers in there that are a bit weird. Like I was making a generic guy, and I put pants on him, and they have this randomize feature where you can just pretty much add whatever and then go in and edit it. Well, I was using that because I was testing the make human to Blender to UE4 pipeline. And, well, apparently you can add genitalia through make human, and they don't tell you this. But that's cool, whatever. That some games use it. I was like, alright, whatever. And I put pants on the character and then exported to Blender. And when it animated, his junk was sitting outside of his pants because apparently the pants and the genitals you can't have together, or else it looks like he just forgot to zip himself up. And he's sitting there doing his run animation. Everything's just all over the place. It was really weird. I was like, why would you give them pants if they're not going to wear it correctly? I don't know. Just my experience with Make Human. Yep, that is actually that was my general plan. I was planning on using probably the smoothing stuff to get especially right around the inside because the inside looks a little bit more jagged. Um, and just try to smooth it out just a little bit. Yeah, take a ride. Oh, why did it? That was interesting. But yeah, I know a lot of people use Make Human because it's easy, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever floats your boat. Just don't be surprised when you end up with genitalia sitting outside of pants. That is kind of par for the course.